It's official, Apple's September event is confirmed, so here's everything we can expect from this year's huge event. This is iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max. This is expected to be a bit more of an iterative year for the Pro iPhone, but it'll be meaningful. To start, the dynamic island is finally shrinking after 4 years. It'll be about 50% smaller than the current dynamic island that debuted with the iPhone 14 Pro in 2022. This will be achieved by some of the new Face ID hardware going behind the display now. Other than that, the design will be rather familiar. Expect 4 new colors: silver, the return of space black, a new light blue, and a new dark cherry, all of which now feature a more unified back glass design. Inside, iPhone 18 Pro is powered by the A20 Pro chip, based on a new 2nm process and packaging design, which combined with the new memory design and a larger neural engine will be a huge leap forward in performance for Apple Intelligence and Siri AI in iOS 27. We'll also see Apple's new C2 modem on models outside the US and a Qualcomm modem for models inside the US. The cameras will also see a big upgrade. The main 48 megapixel camera will gain a new variable aperture system, allowing you to manually adjust the aperture for better low light or better depth of field. The telephoto camera will also see an upgrade with a new teleconverter system, which could potentially improve the physical zoom combined with the high quality zoom enabled by the 48 megapixel sensor. Apple will also be adding larger batteries on both models, but there will be a huge difference depending on which model you get. The iPhone 18 Pro will get a 1% larger battery than the iPhone 17 Pro, while the iPhone 18 Pro Max will get a 10% larger battery than the iPhone 17 Pro Max, pushing over 5,500 mAh, which makes this the largest battery capacity of any current mainstream flagship smartphone in the United States. But that comes at a cost in thickness. While the iPhone 18 Pro will be the same thickness as the iPhone 17 Pro, the iPhone 18 Pro Max will be 9mm thick now, instead of the current 8.75mm of the iPhone 17 Pro Max, this being the thickest iPhone since the iPhone 4S. The iPhone 18 Pro will also see a breakthrough new feature which builds upon Apple's satellite technology debuted with the iPhone 14, that being full 5G cellular data via satellite. Now, even if you're out of range of cell signal, your iPhone 18 Pro can still access full cellular data, not just limited to communication purposes. For pricing, the iPhone 18 Pro is expected to see a price increase, but I don't think it'll be as bad as the rumors make it seem to be. Rumors say this phone will start at $1399, but I think that's complete bullshit. I think the iPhone 18 Pro will start at $1199, while the iPhone 18 Pro Max starts at $1299. Not a major price increase like these doom and gloom rumors make it out to be. Plus, look back at every iPhone pricing rumor from the past 6 years, as they've almost never been correct. So simply put, do not listen to the rumors when it comes to pricing for just about any Apple product.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out.
Here's Apple Watch Series 12, which is expected to be a minor upgrade with a new S11 chip based on a newer generation architecture. Now, while that may sound insignificant, this very change is really the main driving factor for you to upgrade this year. As we just saw with watchOS 27, Apple killed off every single Apple Watch released from 2020 through 2022, as they all used the same A13 based architecture. Since the Series 12 is the first time in 3 years that the Apple Watch actually gets a chip upgrade, this is the watch to get if you want the longest support. Other than that, the Series 12 will be pretty similar to what we have now. Next up, Apple Watch Ultra 4. This is where things get more exciting, as for the first time ever, the Apple Watch Ultra is rumored to get a redesign. The first redesign since the Ultra came out 4 years ago. It's unclear on what this new redesign will look like. Perhaps it'll be getting thinner with thinner bezels as well, but it will still retain the iconic Ultra aesthetic. The Ultra 4 will also gain the same S11 SiP we just talked about with the Series 12, and not too much else aside from that. Once again, this is the Ultra you should upgrade to if you've been holding off for a few years, especially with this new redesign. The Ultra 4 will also join the Series 12 and the current SE3 in the lineup to round out the new 2027 Apple Watch lineup, leaving us with just one more thing. This is iPhone Ultra, the newest and most expensive member to the iPhone family, as the first ever foldable iPhone. iPhone Ultra will feature a new wide aspect ratio, giving you an iPad-like experience when unfolded. iPhone Ultra will be Apple's new thinnest product ever, coming in at 4.5mm thin unfolded and folding up to a little over 9mm, enclosed in a titanium frame. iPhone Ultra will feature a 5.5-inch display on the outside and a 7.8-inch display on the inside. iOS 27 has been fully optimized to accommodate foldable devices with the ability to resize apps to fit different aspect ratios. iPhone Ultra will also support iPad apps out of the box, and thanks to its large display, you'll be able to open split-screen apps for the first time ever on an iPhone. Powering iPhone Ultra is the same A20 Pro and C2 chips from the iPhone 18 Pro, but to achieve this new form factor, this device features some cutbacks. Around back, you'll only find two 48-megapixel Fusion cameras, a wide and an ultra-wide, no telephoto in sight. You'll also notice how, for the first time ever on an iPhone, we have a singular hole punch cutout on the outer and inner displays, and that's because the iPhone Ultra lacks Face ID. For the first time on an iPhone since 2022, Apple will be using Touch ID as the sole biometric, being located in the side button just like the iPad, iPad Air, and iPad mini, which some people may prefer, while others may still prefer Face ID. Apple cut back on these features as the device will be too thin and densely packed to fit in the third rear camera and the Face ID sensors. And speaking of how densely packed this device is, the volume buttons have been relocated to the top to make room internally. And in terms of colors, you should only expect two, silver and midnight. And in terms of pricing, this device will be no less than $2,000. Maybe even more, but certainly not lower. Apple will also have limited stock of this device at launch, so if you want to get one, you should get your pre-order in or get in line ASAP. Now, all of this and maybe even more will be introduced at the pre-recorded Apple event in 2 weeks with an in-person gathering at Apple Park, hosted by Apple's new CEO, John Ternus. This will be the most important Apple event in well over a decade. This is Ternus' moment to prove himself as a confident leader in his first event as CEO, and I believe the iPhone Ultra we just talked about could be his first ever one more thing moment at his first event as CEO. Especially considering how Apple views this product as the biggest redesign for the iPhone since its 2007 debut. So there you have it, that's everything to expect from Apple's September event in only 2 weeks. What are you guys most excited for from this event? Let me know in the comments.